What's
new
going on,
here.
Olga?
I'm almost 2 months. And
Okay.
well, I decided to join OBG since I lost my part-time job and I'm stay-home mom. So I thought, this one will be extra income to, stay home and make some money, especially after my upline. Uh, presented it so easy. You just push the button. And she
Hmm.
was saying she's making 200, 300 a day. So I said, oh, I can do that, especially, I'm available for open bells and I joined the
Hmm.
elite since, to be here 5 days a week. But I have problem. I mean, I'm struggling, like I said in the chat, I make 5-7, but lose 15, or, if the trade goes the other way.
So let's analyze this. So you said your upline said they're making 200 to 300, and you say you could do that, but you got to think of it this way. What is your upline's account size? Let's say they got a $10,000 account size and they're making 2%. That is their $200, $300 right there. If you don't have that
Hmm.
same account size, you're not going to make the same amount of money. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So let's say you came in now, you came in with $1,000, right?
Hmm.
5% is like $50 a day. That's 5%, roughly. It's $50 a day.
Okay.
2.5% is $25 a day. So this is what I was giving examples. If you make $25, be happy with it. Be happy with it. Because you're gonna grow. You're gonna grow your account. You're gonna take your account from $1,000 to 1,500, let's say in 20 days. And now instead of making $25 with a 2.5%, that 2.5% now is $35. So the percentage, based on the percentage you're gonna make, as your account gets bigger, that dollar amount gets bigger, right? It's just a lot of
Hmm.
people, the beginning part really sucks because you're seeing small numbers, but the small numbers based on your account size, right? That's why we tell people run your own race. Don't look at the next person. You might have made 10%. Let's say you have a $500 account. You made $50. That's 10%. But your upline showed they made $500. And now your $50 you're not happy with. You made 10%.
Hmm.
So this is the main thing I want you to focus on, Olga. And now you said you make a certain amount, then you lose a certain amount. Why? Now you got to analyze why did I make this amount and why did I lose so much more? What do you think the problem is?
Managing my trades,
Okay.
not holding too long, maybe like I was saying, always when it goes, negative, and I just, have anxiety, start, for 10 minutes looking at the, at the red numbers, and then when final starts going on green, then I kind of get scared. I don't want to lose anymore. So I just take whatever, $5, $6 and close the trade because I'm afraid I don't know if it's gonna go the other way now, or or I put my stop loss in to close and then just clicks me out, and that's it.
Worst mistakes traders make. This section is so slept on. Trading emotionally. So that's what the young lady, I think Olga, she was speaking on. She trades a little bit emotionally because this is real money. She's risking real live money. So whenever money is on the line, your emotions get more involved. So this is why we say you got to trade without emotion. Take the emotion away from your using money, create a plan. So once you have a plan, you stick to your plan. It takes so much that big gorilla off your back when you're trading, pretty much. All right. Hope that makes sense. All right. Hope that makes sense. Drop a six in the chat if that made sense what I just said about trading emotion. Drop a six in the chat. All right. Having a plan will take away all that anxiety. If you don't have a plan, once you see your account go in the red and you don't know when to get out, you're just going to be watching the charts, biting your nails. I promise you. All right. Trading without risk control, not following a plan. You see, all these things are tied in right here. Worst mistakes traders make. So, from
So
what it sounds like, Olga, you need a proper plan, a trading plan. And a trading plan could be simple as this: I'm risking 2%. If it hits my stop loss, I'm out the trade. I'm not going to marry the trade. You heard us talk about marrying the trade, right? You heard us say this?
yes, yes.
So, marrying the trade means I say I'm only going to risk 2%. Let's say 2% is $20. Now you're at minus 20. You like, you know what? I'm gonna let it go to minus 40. And now it's at minus 40. You know what? It can't go down any further. Minus 60. That is marrying the trade. So if your goal was, if your target was minus $20, stop loss, hits minus 20, close the trade, take the loss. You're not going to win every trade here in trading. It's impossible to win every trade. And that's why I give this example a lot of times. It's a risk to reward ratio. So I'm going to give you this example, and I want you to do the numbers with me. Let's say now you're taking 5 trades, right? We're going to take 5 trades together. We're doing a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. That means if you lose the trade, you're going to lose $20. If you win the trade, you won 60. All right, that's a 1 to 3 win to reward. You with me, Olga?
Yes.
All right. So we took 5 trades. You lost the first 3 trades. The first 3 trades hit the stop loss. How much money did you just lose?
$40.
All right. So stop loss means minus 20. Minus 20
Yes.
you lost. And the first 3 trades hit the stop loss. How much you just lost?
60.
There you go. You had minus 60. Drop in the chat, family. Minus 60. First 3 trades, loss, minus 60. Drop in the chat. I want everybody to lock in on this. Why risk to reward ratio is so important. So you minus 60. The next 2 trade hits your TP. Your TP is plus 60. Plus 60 is your TP. You win the next 2 trade. How much money did you just win?
120.
Perfect. So put plus 120 now. Plus 120 in the chat, family. So even though you lost 3 out of 5 trades, are you profitable?
Yes.
How much are you profitable with?
60.
There you go. That's why we don't care about losses. It's about risk management and about risk to reward ratio. And that's just the perfect example right there. That's why you don't see Meta like, hey, it hit our stop loss, family, let it go. Why? Because he knows we're going to get the next one. He's not even tripping about it. So you just lost 3 out of 5 trades and you're still plus 60 for the day. This is the perfect example why we don't marry trades. That makes sense, Olga?
Yes.
Don't just say yes to say yes. You good with that?
Yes, sir. Yes.
No problem. You have any other questions for me?
I don't. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for jumping on. Anybody else, family?
Hi, can you hear me?
I
Hi,
can
can you hear me?
hear
Hi, how are you? I don't know if this could help Olga. It's if she could write this down if she's an aggressive or a modest in her entries. And what I
Talk on
did,
it.
sorry. So what I did, I hope my numbers are correct. So I'm just gonna give like the lowest percentage for lot size. So from aggressive to modest, let's just say if my aggressive entry is gonna be a 0.02, it's gonna be $6. But I also write down like when I go in a trade, I need to know what my drawdown is and what the lot size and the amount it's gonna cost me. So maybe that could help her too as well. So if I get into an aggressive and modest trade at a 0.2 lot size, from aggressive to modest, if it's going down, that's $6 I'm at loss. And if I go from that same lot size to stop loss, that's $12 I'm in drawdown. But let's say, okay, I'm modest too, because when you say, like if you go into modest, you go at a higher amount. Let's say I do a 0.05, so that's $15. So now I know my total risk is going to be $27 if I lose the incomplete trade. So maybe if she breaks it down like that to kind of help her, okay, this is what I'm gonna risk. She'll know the exact amount. And then she could know like if she goes to the 30 pips, she'll know, okay, for 30 pips at this lot size, I'm gonna get this amount. Would that help her in some way? Like to know her pip count plus lot size, plus knowing her risk and drawdown, plus knowing like
Absolutely.
her aggressive or modest or middle to modest entries. I think that kind of helps me a lot. I hope it helps.
Nah, that makes perfect sense. And this is stuff that I spoke on before. Before you enter a trade, you want to
Yeah,
know what your numbers look like. Right. So from
yeah.
aggressive, let's say Alex is giving you the stop loss area for gold, 30 pips from modest, and 60 pips from aggressive. And let's say your percentage, you want to risk $50, right? So you
Mhm.
know from modest to your stop loss, you could do a 0.10, that would be $30. All right,
Mhm.
30 pips, a 0.10 means $1 per pip. All right, so 30 pips, that's $30. Now let's say from your aggressive 60 pips all the way down to your stop loss of 60 pips. Now you want to calculate what would that be to be $20? What should my lot size be to be $20?
Yeah,
So
so I made
now
a
you're gonna
chart.
put
Yeah.
it in. Now you just put it in. Okay, from aggressive to my stop loss, I know I should be doing, let's say, a 0.05, right? And then if it's my modest, I could do a little bit more aggressive. I could do maybe a 0.10 or maybe a 0.08. So now this is where you split your lot size and you're still doing proper risk without over leveraging. Right. So once it gets down, it hits your stop loss and it closes below whatever the case is, you're comfortable taking this L because I already knew what I was risking. So that's what Annie K, is that your name? Annie
Yes.
K is saying pretty
Yes.
much.
Yeah, so I made a chart of all the pip counts and how much the dollar amount would be. And so I know, okay, what my daily percentage that I want. So on, let's say $1,000 I have as my capital, and I just want to do like, let's say, $200 a day. So I want to go in maybe 3 trades and at a 0.20 for 30 pips, that'll give me at least $60. So I know, okay, 3 trades and I'm good. Or maybe that one trade will give me that full amount and I'm done. But yeah, I don't know. That's what I do, and it helps a lot.
So has that been working for you?
Yeah, it is so far.
Love
Yeah.
it, love it, love it. That was a great breakdown and having a plan. So that's what I was talking to the first gentleman about having a plan. So right there's a perfect example. You have a plan and you stick to it and it's working for you. Right? Perfect example. Appreciate you jumping on and giving us that live example.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Any newer people? Like this is just going to be like a really good discussion, you know, because I think this is very important, especially when we have other members that jump on and share, you know, what works for them. I think that's very crucial. Do we have anybody else?